Hi everyone, my name is Yvonne Johnston and I'm a consciousness coach and a leadership development expert. My real mission in life is to help people find peace, happiness, and my big theme is clarity. You know, last week we were talking about complaining and how so many people have turned this into a way of life. And I got a comment back to me saying, oh, it's all right for you with your attitude and your life. And whilst I felt a moment of kind of pain and sympathy for the person who wrote to me, it started me thinking, well, my attitude and my life, I created. And if I can create it, so can anyone. So I thought we would just unpack that a little bit and explore that a little bit. So how do you do that? Well, the real starting point is that you take responsibility for your life, for every aspect of your life. And you know, we can't take responsibility for what happens externally, but we absolutely can take responsibility for how we react to what happens externally. That we're in control of. I always say there are two types of control. The positive control is when you're in control of how you react to life. So we always have a choice about that. The truth is, you might not like this, but you are where you are because of the choices you have made to date. And if you don't like where you are, if there's something you want to change, then you need to change it. You need to do something different if you want a different future to the past that you've had. You need to make different choices. And you know, sometimes this is quite challenging because we only really know the way we think. If we knew how to think differently, then we would do it. And that is why there are people like coaches and therapists that exist in the world to help you shift your thinking and shift the way you go about life. Change those repeating patterns, change those behaviors, because sometimes we don't even see them. And until we see them, we can't possibly do anything about it. So what I want to do today is to really talk about how do you go about creating peace and happiness and clarity and simplicity and joy. And so many times I think we overthink and we kind of overwhelm ourselves with negative thinking. And I mean, I've done that. I remember looking at a note that I'd written to myself in 2015 saying that my level of negative self-talk was unacceptable. And when I read that sentence in 2018, I thought, really? I used to do that? I couldn't even remember being that person anymore. And that's the starting point, is to have awareness. So my starting point was to have awareness that my level of negative self-talk was unacceptable and wasn't serving me in any way whatsoever. Once you have the awareness, of course, you have choice. So every time that negative thought comes up, whilst you can't stop thinking, what you can do is replace the thought. So I just started to replace my thinking with, no, but Yvonne, you're amazing. You're amazing. And I've got to the stage now where I can't even remember having any negative self-talk. I've completely lost that from my DNA, and I'm so grateful that I have. So having this attitude to life is your choice. You can choose to be a complainer. You can choose to stop. You can choose to beat yourself up. You can choose to stop. Everything is about choice. And one of the things that I just want to highlight is that most of the stuff that makes you unhappy is just your thoughts. It's not the reality. When we unpack the reality, we often find that it's completely manageable, completely doable, completely understandable. It's largely our thoughts that make us unhappy. So for this week, I wish you the opportunity just to start to become an observer of your thoughts. Think about your thinking. See what you're allowing to percolate into your system, and consciously make a decision to start talking about yourself positively. It's such a beautiful place to live in.